Hello everybody, Local Lego Man here, and welcome back to yet another LEGO Mario review. And today we're taking a look at what is probably my most anticipated set of the wave, mainly because it is bringing back what is quite possibly my favorite biome that we have gotten within any LEGO Mario set, plus it looks really cool. And the set that I'm talking about, of course, is set 71434, containing 598 pieces and retailing for $55, the Soda Jungle Maker set. And this one seems to have a lot of really interesting mechanics, especially with the return of the customizable power-up blocks. So without further ado, let's check this set out.
Now this set is very cool and surprisingly super detailed, but before we look at the level build, we first need to take a look at the characters, starting off with the pink Shy Guy. And it is really nice to finally be getting another recolor for the Shy Guy, since prior to this, we only had the basic red Shy Guy, who was included within the Boomer Bill Barrage set of Wave 1, and the blue Shy Guy, who was included within the 5th series of character packs. And I have to say that the light pink recolor looks super solid, and I'm really hoping that we can get some more Shy Guy recolors in the future. I also want to mention that they made a change to the arm connection, since as opposed to using Technic bricks with holes and the Technic pins with a stud connection, they are now just using a regular snot brick, which leads to the arms having a stronger connection, as well as also being a lot easier to pose, which is a very nice improvement to the character. Lastly, when LEGO Luigi jumps on the Shy Guy, it takes one hit and he gets one coin. Next up, we have the Piranha Plant, and one of the things that I absolutely adore about this character is that, like every set the Piranha Plant is included in, they change up the build, and I have to say that I'm a big fan of this new variant. Since it's a lot similar to the Dry Piranha Plant we got a couple of waves ago within the Dry Bowser Castle Battle set, with it being less baked into an actual set mechanic and being more of a standalone character, which I think is pretty sick since it allows for a lot of customization when it comes to level building. And when LEGO Luigi jumps on the Piranha Plant, it takes one hit and he gets a bunch of coins. And last but most certainly not least, we have the Wiggler. And it is great to finally be getting the Wiggler within another set, since this character was previously exclusive to the Wiggler's Poisonous Swamp set of Wave 2, which came out in January of 2021. So it's great that they are including this character within a new set, since it allows people who are just getting into the theme to obtain this character without having to spend a bunch of money on a retired set. I also have to say that they were able to make some much needed improvements to the Wiggler's design, since one of the big flaws of the older version of the character was that they were pretty much stuck looking down due to the fact that they were connected to a set mechanic, but this new version of the character uses a ball joint connection with the head, which allows for a lot more posability while still allowing the Wiggler to wiggle. Lastly, this version of the Wiggler is more of a movement character similar to Dory, and by placing this saddle onto the Wiggler, you can ride on the Wiggler's back and traverse the Soda Pop jungle without taking any poison damage. Alrighty, now that we've taken a look at all of the characters, it's time to take a look at the build. And this set is a little bit different than other LEGO Mario sets, with it being a maker set. So instead of there being one specific set build, you get all of these pieces to create your own level. But one thing that I really like about this set is, unlike the prior maker sets, it has suggestions on how to arrange the set, which is a very nice improvement, and I really appreciate them putting in the effort to make 3 different suggestion models. Plus, the level builds really help to accentuate some of the very nice scenery builds within the set, such as these trees, the vines, this poison spouting out of the ground, this eerie warning sign, and all the flowers spread throughout the set, which really helps this set feel like it was ripped straight out of the game. But apart from all the intricate details, the set also has a lot of very interesting mechanics. The first of which is this yellow starting pipe, which is actually a returning mechanic from the Reznor Knockdown set of Wave 3. And I'm glad it's returning, since in my opinion, it's the most unique of the starting pipes that we have ever gotten, since instead of starting you off with a specific time limit, this pipe eliminates the time aspect completely and instead allows you to play the level at your own leisure, only ending once you've collected 50 coins. Next up, we have this campfire, which shows this very nice campfire scene when scanned, and this is yet another returning mechanic similar to the pipe, with this mechanic originating in the Flipper Snow Adventure set of Wave 5. But I appreciate that they went with a new design to accompany the mechanic as opposed to just reusing the old design from that set. After that, we have these mushroom platforms, which are constructed with these rubber stem pieces, and although this is probably the most simplistic mechanic within the set, I honestly think it's super cool since it perfectly conveys the springiness of the mushroom platforms within the Mario games. Moving further to the right, we have this little raft mechanic, which allows you to traverse over this area of toxic sludge without taking any poison damage, which is another pretty simplistic but fun mechanic. And lastly, when it comes to the mechanics directly ingrained into the level, we have this bridge mechanic with the Shy Guy. And the idea behind this is to jump back and forth onto these planks to knock the Shy Guy off balance, which is honestly super fun and a lot more satisfying than it should be. Before we finish up this review, we have one more mechanic to look at, which isn't ingrained into the level build, but is one of the main reasons I was so hyped for the release of this set. And this mechanic is the power-up customizer. Now, this mechanic concept was initially introduced within the Master Your Adventure Maker set of Wave 2. You got 2 customizable question blocks and 1 customizable time block. The time block is the only one that's not included within this set, but it was a super cool mechanic. And a little fun fact, the original mechanic for the power-up customizer has actually been included within every LEGO review on this channel to show off the characters and the minifigures. So I was very eager to see how they would update the design of the power-up customizer. And I have to say that I'm a big fan of the redesign. I kind of like how it's a bit more simplistic of a design, but I also really enjoy the clear pieces on the side since it allows you to see which block you have within the mechanic. And when it comes to actually customizing the power-ups, the way that that is done is by placing one of these special customizable blocks within the top of the power-up customizer and then pulling this switch up when an interactive character is on top. And then it's as simple as just turning the interactive character around and selecting one of the 4 power-ups. And speaking of those power-ups, the 4 possible ones that you can attach to these blocks are the Super Mushroom, the Poison Mushroom, an Invincibility Star, or 10 coins. But that's pretty much it. So if I had to rate this set, what would I rate it?
I'd honestly give it a 5 out of 5. I think that the attention to detail throughout the set is just phenomenal, and the set also felt like a good mix of the really detailed elements that we got with some of the enclosed sets this wave, mixed with some of the basic building mechanics from the first few waves of sets, and this is just a really good set, and I would highly recommend, if you're on the fence about it, definitely pick this one up. So yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed this LEGO Mario review, and make sure to subscribe since we have a lot more reviews and LEGO shorts coming very, very soon. And with that, I will see all of you in those videos. Bye!